Alright, what is going on, guys? So it's that time of the month, time to update my tier list. So for the last month, we made the first iteration of this new series. I'm going to be updating this tier list every single month, and I've updated it a good amount from last month. A whole bunch of stuff that I've changed, given a lot of thought of, and some new champions to add to it, of course, with every month. That's the best part. That's why we update it. But quick disclaimer to get stuff out of the way. So how everything works on my tier list here is this little icon here is a huge benefit from synergies. This little icon here is reliant on persistent charges. This little icon here is a major benefit from max sig ability. This little icon here benefit from specific masteries, and this little icon right here, this little robot one, it's a little cut off here, but it's for a perfect playstyle. And this one is very important because I saw a lot of comments on the last video that was saying like, Nebula and Hela better than this champion, no way, and that sort of thing. And those champions are specifically in the god tier because of these little icons. Yeah, on their own, Hela, I don't think Hela's a good champion on her own. Like, personally, I wouldn't rank her up because I don't play her perfectly, and I don't want to. But in the right hands, you can look at the gameplay, man. She can kill Star-Lord insanely fast. In the right hands, a skillful player can do insane things with Hela. That's why she's here. That's why she's so much better than these other champions. But it's reliant on the perfect playstyle. And same with Nebula. She has a lot of stuff going on. She also requires some synergies and some specific masteries. But if you can play Nebula perfectly, man, her damage output is insane. Especially at 565 level, the shock damage is absolutely nuts, man. I wish I had Nebula to show you guys. Yeah, I just wanted to address that. Now, so we made some big changes to the Omni tier. We got some new additions. So a lot of you guys were saying Domino deserved to be in the Omni tier, and last month I was hesitant. Over the last month, I've seen a lot of gameplay. I've ranked up my own Domino to rank 4. And yeah, Domino definitely deserves to be in the Omni tier, man. She is broken. Her synergy with Red Hulk and Massacre, that Incinerate synergy is literally, it's insane, dude. How easy you can just roll through stuff. We had a new variant this month, and Domino Heavies could do like so much of it, and she's not even, you're supposed to be using extra large champ. She's a small champ, and man, it is nuts. Yeah, she definitely deserves to be in the Omni tier. You guys everyone who was arguing for that, 100%, you guys are totally right. And another champion that we added to the Omni tier is actually Captain America Infinity War. So this guy, man, he was close. He was close to making it in. The reason he didn't, I don't know. Just there's one thing I really don't like. It's Captain America. He has perfect parries, which is amazing. But on like counter tactics node, he doesn't get perfect parries. Like fighting corps counter. That's something I don't like. But nonetheless, he still deserves to be in this tier, man. He has so much stuff he can do, so much stuff with his synergies, with his abilities, that should make him a Swiss Army knife for so much stuff, man. He can shrug off debuffs, so he can take biohazard fights. There's just so much utility. You can get armor breaks on the opponent. You can reverse healing and power gain on the opponent. You can get some really insane damage output too from his special 2 and just his furies in general. And one thing that's actually just become so important is just his tag, the tag of an Avenger. This month for this Avengers Endgame event, we've seen the new Nameless Thanos. Captain America Infinity War, man, he's one of the best options for it. And that Avengers tag, it seems so important against these big boss fights. So that also helps him make it into this Omni tier. So yeah, those are a couple of the changes. We also moved up a couple of champions. I moved up Nick Fury to the God tier, Dr. Voodoo to the God tier. Those guys definitely deserve it. I've seen a lot of Nick Fury gameplay. Seen took his to rank 5. He got some crazy stuff, man. Yeah, Nick Fury definitely deserves to be in the God tier. We bumped him up from the Titan tier. Also moved up Night Thrasher. Also moved up Hood and Korg to the Great tier here. What other changes did I make? I moved up Taskmaster as well to the Alright tier. Yeah, there's some other changes, but yeah, here's some of the champions that are cut off because I can't fit them all in on this screen sheet, on this little area of the spreadsheet here. But yeah, without further ado, let's talk about the 2 newest champions coming to the game. this month, which is Annihilus and Human Torch. So first, let's talk about Annihilus. He came out first. So I myself do have an Annihilus. Done some testing. I've seen some testing, seen some gameplay, and he seems alright. It seems like you have to do a lot of build up to get off some damage, and the damage seems good, but not nothing insane. He's no Corvus, he's no Medusa, he's no Hyperion. So overall, he's an alright addition to the Cosmic class. He can do some cool stuff. He has a lot of debuffs, which is really cool because there's nodes where you need a lot of debuffs in the opponent, so I can see him being very useful for that. You get some interesting buffs. But he's kind of a disappointment. After reading the data mine abilities, it seems like he had a whole lot more to him, and then Kabam probably just toned it down before they released him because they thought, this will probably be a bit too much. So they kind of just scaled it back a bit, like what they did with Carnage when he originally came out. I feel like that's what Annihilus got the treatment of, and it shows because he's not as powerful as he should be. The way I actually read the storyline for that month, and he has the Cosmic Rod. That's really funny the way they talk about in the story, man. He wants to get his rod back. He basically gets his rod taken from him, and he's a boss in Uncollected, and he's as a 2-star without the rod. It's just a couple hits and he's dead, right? And then Human Torch gets the rod, and he's insanely powerful, right, with this rod. And Annihilus on his own, he always has the rod. So he should be a whole lot more powerful. This rod should be giving him all kinds of crazy stuff. So I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there could have been so much more to him. Sometimes that's why those data mine abilities can be a bit of a letdown sometimes because they're not final form with these champions. They give us a taste of what could have been instead of what we actually got. So yeah, overall I put him in the Titan tier here. I haven't seen any 565 gameplay. Maybe if I saw some of that, maybe I could change my mind, maybe put him into God tier. I don't know, I'd have to see that sort of gameplay, but just a little bit of a letdown. But yeah, he looks cool. He does look cool. I like the way he looks. So next up, let's talk about honestly one of the most desired champions I had that I wanted to see in the game, that I was most excited for, especially when they announced the Fantastic Four. Human Torch, man, he was the one I was most excited about. I remember watching the Fantastic Four movies as a kid. Chris Evans back then was Human Torch, not Captain America. And I loved him, man. I loved the character. He was so cool, man. He was really cool powers. And I was really excited for him to come to MCOC because I thought he'd be some insane counter to Korg and Thing. I thought he'd just be some insane counter to those rock type characters. I thought his incinerates would just be nuts. And I thought he was going to be really good. So we get him, and he has a brand new ability. Now this brand new ability I might have to make a new little icon for, but he's the only one that has it so far. He introduced this new ability where it's a pre-fight ability, and his is of course Flame On, which makes sense. And it basically, he's supercharged for a fight, and you can choose this before a fight. And in that form, in his Flame On form, he would definitely make it into God tier if that was just his base form, because he has a lot of cool stuff, and his damage output is pretty solid in that form. But even if you get him to Sig 200, and his Sig ability is how you get this ability back in quests, it's kind of like a persistent charge type thing, but you burn the persistent charge to use the pre-fight ability, and then it has a chance to re-trigger, and every time it doesn't re-trigger with the Sig ability, you get a chance. It increases the chance to re-trigger on the next fight. So I don't like the way they did that to how to re-trigger. That kind of sucks because you can just get really unlucky. You can go 3 fights in a row not being able to get the Flame On ability back. So without that Flame On ability, man, I put him into Titan tier, man, A tier. He just a bit lackluster. He's still great. He's still cool. And again, also I haven't seen 565 gameplay of Human Torch. So again, maybe that could change my mind. But it's just that pre-fight ability, man. I feel like they should make it something else to trigger a different way to get it back. Because just a chance, if it fails, you get an increased chance. That sucks. That's just lazy, man. I don't like that. But yeah, he also has the synergy icon here. Huge benefit from synergy. That's a synergy with Thing, actually, that gives him 2 smoldering passives at the start of the fight. And these smoldering passives are great. You can use your L3 to get them, but just to start the fight with them really helps out. It helps keep your temperature up. It just helps with his abilities and getting his damage output at a high pace. So yeah, that synergy is good. But something we could see, we got to keep this in mind, guys. We only have half of the Fantastic Four right now. So when we see Sue Storm and Reed Richards, there's going to be more synergies for sure. Now, what those synergies will be is yet to be seen. They could take Thing and Human Torch to the Omni Tier. There could be, because Sue Storm could have a cool synergy with both of them, and then Reed Richards, I feel like he's going to have a synergy that'll be a team leader synergy, which Nick Fury has team leader synergy, and Ebony Maw has a team synergy, I believe, from the Data Mine abilities. Lieutenant of the Black Order, so he like gives stuff to them all. I feel like Reed Richards, since he's like the leader of the Fantastic Four, having him on a team with the Fantastic Four will give them all some abilities. And I feel like having all 4 of them together, you can maybe get something special, because they're the Fantastic Four, man. So yeah, I feel like there could be some really cool synergies to come. Could make these characters much better. I hope so. I hope they do something to help Human Torch, man. I feel like he should be better. It's kind of a letdown. Yeah, I don't know, but he's still cool. Some of the best animations in the game for sure. He's got some really cool stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited for the next Fantastic Four, guys. Let me know what you guys think the synergies could be, if they could really make them better. Also for Thing. Thing's already a beast, so if you got more synergies, that'd be cool. I'm all for that. Maybe something to increase the passive Fury stacks, increase the maximum. I don't know. It's yet to be seen. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video on the updated tier list for the month of April with these new champions, Human Torch and Annihilus. They both clock in at the Titan tier. And this could be changed by the next tier list next month. And yeah, anything you guys want me to change on here, I took a look at all the comments on the last tier list video before I made this one, see what you guys are saying, and yeah, definitely listen to some of the suggestions. All you gotta do is, if you disagree, just in a civil manner, say why, say which champion, say why you think they should be moved to a different tier, and yeah, definitely take it into consideration, because yeah, I give a lot of thought to the Omni tier. Give the most thought to that. Give a lot of thought to the God tier. Give a lot of thought to the Titan tier. These tiers down here, I didn't give as much of a thought to when I first made this. So yeah, I'll definitely be changing it around with you guys' suggestions, and just as the future of this tier list goes on, revise it, change it, edit it. That's a great thing about it. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys want me to keep making these every month with the new champions. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Subscribe for more content to come. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.